Welcome to the CFG GameCast, episode number 108, a weekly podcast created by gamers and streamers alike to discuss the latest gaming topics from the previous week. We stream a new episode on Saturdays and release it on podcast services like Apple, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and so much more. So show us some love. Give us a follow, a like, a comment, what have you on any of the podcast services that are out there, or go to our main website, confreaksandgeeks.com, to not miss an episode. I am Mr. CFG Games himself, Davis Green, and with me today, I have two awesome co-hosts. I'd like to introduce a very special guest today. We have she's a awesome actress. She has an amazing Twitch page. Go check her out at Katy Bentz on Twitch, and she is also one of the voice actors inside the new Life is Strange Colors. I'd like to welcome Katy Bentz to the show. How are you doing, Katy?
Good. I am good. Thank you so much. I'm happy to be here. I'm so happy to be here. But yeah, thank you guys for having me.
Oh no, thank you. I've been like Smitty was telling me how awesome you were, and I was like, oh okay, let me go check out. Let me follow Katy, and I've been watching your stream periodically, and it's always fun. It's always a fun time, especially when you're playing like Fallout or not Fallout, Fall Guys. It's
chaotic.
I would like to see you play Fallout.
I have yet to touch. It's crazy.
Man. Oh yeah, we pay money for that one. That'd be very awesome. So welcome. Really appreciate it. And I got the excuse me. Wow. I got the 5-star general of the itty bitty Smitty committee. I got Smitty in the third seat. I couldn't think of anything with you today, so I'm sorry.
That's all right. That's all right. No, you're slipping a little bit, but I'm gonna let it slide. It's been an absolutely bonkers week at work. We were talking a little bit about it beforehand. Game wise, I'm still enjoying Deathloop. I am enjoying that game even more than I thought I was going to before it came out. So that's a lot of fun. The mechanics of it, the art, the style, the acting, everything about it is pretty spot on for me. I'm really, really enjoying it. And then, of course, we had to get some Destiny 2 in last night. Other than that, though, I got hyped up on some of that Nintendo Direct, some of the spicy things they've got in store for us. Lots coming on that end. I'm already pumped when they had announced Mario Party All-Stars. I love Mario Party. We need to get that in again at some point in time as well. But Mario Party All-Star is going to have a lot more maps. I think they're going to bring in maps from older versions and things of that nature. And it's going to be from the jump off. It's going to be online. So I'm really, really pumped for that. October is shaping out to be crazy. There's all kinds of, we got Metroid Dread. As you were saying, Wavelengths comes out here soon as well. That's the DLC for True Colors, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yes.
Correct.
Wow, already? That's cool.
Yeah, no, I know. So October is ridiculous. And just looking into the future, 2022 is going to be even more ridiculous. I can't imagine. Like, my wallet is literally crying. You guys are going to be proud of me, though. So Kina just came out as well. And I was able to hold off. I did not purchase it, even though I plan on purchasing it. I was like, you know what? I don't need it. It's not going anywhere. I can get it later when I'm ready to actually play it.
We'll see, Smitty.
I'm proud of myself.
That's like an eternal struggle with you. I just love the biggest. Still, my favorite story is the one when you're like, oh, I wanted to buy Call of Duty or Battlefield, so I bought both of them, and then you ended up not playing any of them. That's one of my favorite stories of yours. I was like, okay. I was like, you did what?
I am the worst. I am their target demographic.
You are the target
person. Yeah, dude. They're like, yeah, we want that guy that's going to buy our stuff and not even play it.
It's like, what do you think about this game? Oh, I have it, but I never tried it. It's like, this came out like 4 years ago. It's like, anyways, but yeah, that's awesome, man. I know you got a lot of things and stuff going on. It's always awesome. What do you got going on, dude? Oh man, dude, I have been swamped. It's been ridiculous. We're a month been busy just setting up for our awesome 24-hour stream of the extra life, like we always like to do. We're going to be at a new video game store, so we're not in the middle of nowhere like we were last time, Smitty. So we're going to be doing some really awesome cool stuff with that, making sure everything is straight with that. been trying to play some Tales of Azure, but I have not had time to do that. So maybe one day, but I'm going to sit down and try to mess around with it a little bit more. But the biggest thing is just trying to get just everything is up and situated for the fundraiser, because this is usually my crunch period of when I need to just get that going and stuff. And I did watch the Nintendo Direct, and I agree, because remember, one of the biggest things that I wanted to hear was Bayonetta 3, and now they finally showed something of it, and then it's like, oh, okay, so it is coming out. I'm down. So I'm down. I'm cool. So just make sure it's 2022, or I burn your houses down. So we'll anyways. But let's get on with the show. I know you don't want to talk about my pyro needs on getting Bayonetta 3. So let's go through the normal rigmarole that we like to do each and every week. So each of us chooses a topic of discussion within the world of video games, or the games itself. The topic would or could be a game itself, or be something that happened in the gaming industry. And we don't want to talk about it amongst ourselves. We want to talk to everyone that is here inside the Twitch chat, as well as Facebook Live and YouTube, to be a part of the conversation. So as always, just definitely, if you find something interesting, if you want to chime in on it, by all means, put it inside the chat. We'll love to talk with you about it too. So let's get down to it. Let's start with our guest, Katy. What are you bringing to the table?
Well, TwitchCon was just announced, I think 2-3 days ago. It was just announced for Amsterdam in July, and San Diego in October of next year, which is super exciting. And I've seen a lot of positive feedback to the announcement so far. And so I don't know, it's interesting. I definitely really want to go. I've been more on like the cautious end of things in terms of COVID, and I haven't gone to a convention since the last TwitchCon, which was 2019. Is that not the craziest thing?
That is
crazy.
insane to think about.
That literally just blows my freaking mind. We didn't have one in 2020. We had a GlitchCon. What was that? And then that was the weirdest thing. And then nothing this year, right? And then bringing it back in 2022, which is crazy. And so I'm going to buy, when they announce the tickets, I'm going to buy a ticket. I'm going to get my hotel space. And then depending on what's going on, because anything could just hit the fan again, right? I might just pull out and not go. So I really want to go though, and just wear like a hazmat suit and just make people stay away from me. I miss con though.
No, you're totally right. You're totally right about that. I like a Raka Swiss 23 comic. GlitchCon is a myth. It really was. I felt like they really did that last minute kind of thing. So, but yeah, no, I totally agree with you there. Actually, I didn't go to TwitchCon. I went to TwitchCon 2018, I believe. And I was like, man, that was a fun time. Where was 2019 held? I don't even remember.
San Diego.
Oh, in San Diego? Oh my God.
Yeah, 2018 was in San Jose, right?
Uh-huh.
And then and then so I think San Diego's where I think they like to be the most. But yeah, I miss it. It's something really great about coming together over the pandemic on Twitch as community. You've met so many more people, you have so many more friends. Your community is growing as a streamer, but yet we haven't been able to meet anybody in person. And so it's like, you, as a content creator and a streamer, you're meeting so many other streamers, and you're wanting to meet each other in real life, and you can't. So it's just when the day happens, to be able to meet, your community members and these other streamers you meet online, it's just going to be such a magical day, and I'm so excited for it. I'm so ready.
Oh,
yeah,
big
Smitty, I haven't ever met you in real life.
In real life, I know, and
I've known you for so long. What?
I know, it's crazy. Well, and the other crazy thing too is, I'm kind of in the same boat as you. It's I think I will get it, because I was at the point, because the last one, 2019, I was kind of I barely even did anything at the con. I was either just chilling upstairs in the lounge, or out and about in the city. So I was my plans were to actually not even probably go to the convention originally, and I was just gonna go to the city and hang out with people and stuff.
Yeah.
But with how much, I haven't been to convention since then, I don't think. Or no, I did go to one. I went to one right before all the shutdowns and stuff like that out here in Vegas. It was a smaller one, and it's just crazy, just not being able to have that opportunity to meet people, and I was all geared up for it, and we haven't really gone out. I've started going out a little more now, just specific things, but we're still pretty,
locked down,
close to the house. And, especially with having a new baby, we don't want to accidentally bring something back or expose them, as well. So this is one that I'll get it right now, but really, as it gets closer, that will be when I actually decide on whether I move forward with it or not.
You know what I'm actually wondering about, Smitty, and this is what I'm actually thinking. It's like, man, you're saying no to a TwitchCon in Amsterdam. Smitty is saying no to that. You wouldn't want to go to it.
I wouldn't even consider that one. I'm not even. That was not even on my radar.
I don't know what's going on over there. Exactly. It's like I don't know what's going on over there. Like that's too much. That's too much, man. Like I gotta take little baby steps.
Yeah,
I can drive to San Diego.
You can't drive.
I ain't sitting in a plane for like 8 hours.
No, not 8 hours. Mean like 13 hours.
Mask on, dude? Oh, my ears are hurting now.
Yeah, no. I have people are like, oh, you want to go to Amsterdam? I'm like, no. I'm sorry, can't.
Fair enough. No, I totally agree, and most definitely, it's very, very good to be cautious, especially like the first thing you're wanting to do is the last thing you're wanting to do is like, oh, you want to contract whatever what's out there, especially. I mean, if anyone's gone to conventions, because I go to a ton of conventions. Yeah,
they're nasty regardless.
There are besides the big pandemic that's happening, you got to worry about con flu. You have to worry about BO, all those different kinds of craziness that's around the event itself. So no, I understand the complete safety that you're going with. On the other hand, for TwitchCon, I'm kind of 50-50 on it. I mean, even though I know it was kind of like a mess when San Jose happened, and I think San Diego is a perfect place for it because TwitchCon isn't big enough for the full convention center for San Diego Convention Center. It has way levels of growth to do it to it. I'm when I go to conventions, I feel like I need to be doing something. I need to be content wise and stuff like that. And so for me, because when I go to conventions itself, that's all it is. I have a website, shameless plug, confreaksandgeeks.com. But anyway, we do a lot of different things. We talk to folks, we talk to creators or guests and stuff like that, and because of the mess that we had on 2018, I was like, I don't know if I would ever want to go to this, because I know I'm not going for this for fun. I mean, it was a fun convention. It is a fun convention. We did have some after parties and stuff. I did meet a lot of people, but at the same time, it's for the event itself. For me, I don't know. It's not my cup of tea. But I think it would be very interesting to see where it's gonna go. Overall,
It's interesting because a lot of people, I've talked to a lot of people who have that same opinion. They're like, TwitchCon sucks because you just go there and they try to sell you things. And I'm like, well, if you're a part of a community, if you're a big part of a streamer's community, if you're a streamer yourself, it's great for going and meeting people that you've been hanging out with online and meeting your community members, and they're it's cool for me. I don't know. For me, I'm that person that and this will be funny for Smitty. I'm that person that loves Las Vegas because all the lights and it's just beautiful. And I'm just I love it here. Can I just walk the strip over and over again? And that's how I feel at conventions too. I don't care if people are trying to sell me stuff, whatever. I just walk by because I just like the event of it. I just think it's a fun thing. And yeah, I don't really truly I don't know, there's some things and there's some companies and devs that I've met there at the con and I've ended up working with later on. But for me, it's more or less just connecting with the community members from my personal stream and then other streamers. And I don't know. And just going there and having a place that you can go.
I think
and then of course,
Yeah, no, I mean, I think I kind of don't want to be a snob at this level, because I don't think so. I think this is exactly what TwitchCon is meant for. It's for the people that is wanting to meet the creators that they are in tuned with and stuff like that, and then also as well as your creators wanting to be having a physical thing with your to meet your people, to meet the people that are supporting you. I mean, it's all well and good, and I think that's just different. I mean, I mean, I'm not there yet, obviously, to be like a creator wise and stuff. But like at the same time, though, it's like I just see, for me personally, it's just work. But at the same, I think that the event itself is definitely needed for something like for something like that, for outreach towards folks and stuff, to be talking to a lot of different people, to be networking with other like, you know, streamers and stuff like that, is, I think, is the best way to help grow, like, in general. So like, I mean, so I'm not frowning upon on the event itself. It's just like, I just think like man, because I mean, the event is not, I'd say the event is not cheap, in my personal opinion. Like I think
it's not.
Like, 200,
it's not cheap.
It's like $200, right? Like, it was like a lot.
It probably will go up too. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah. But like, for me to just say, to justify, to do what I would want out of the event, it's just not for me. For me itself.
For sure.
I mean, So that's what I kind of don't want to misconstrue it. That it's like, this event sucks. Sex balls. I mean, I had a fun time when I was there.
You
I had a
snuck
fun
that
time.
in there.
Yeah. No.
That's what Donk was saying. Donk says TwitchCon was garbage as an event, and I kind of agree. And I don't know if, because I think you made a good point, that as far as with the convention center in San Diego, it was too big for it. They didn't have enough to fill out, I didn't feel, for the convention. It didn't seem like, I felt like I was always in the same spaces, and maybe that was just me, because again, like, I went there and I did this, but like, I had like zero interest in the actual convention. There was nothing that really pulled me in, or like, you know, I talked to you know, some vendors and things of that nature, but for me, it was all about just meeting the people that I've been talking to for the last 3 or 4 years online, and being able to party and hang out in real life. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing beats that. So
and that's what,
you know,
and TwitchCon is what is allowing you to do that, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's what gives you the opportunity to connect to the people that you've been talking to for years that you haven't physically met and something like that, you know. But unless you set something up on your own, because you know how it is usually. It's like, oh, you live in Vegas and so and so lives in like Nantucket, who knows? And then you're just like, y'all don't talk directly like that, and you're not gonna say, hey, let's meet up somewhere, let's get a beer or something. No, you're wanting to find a local, like a centralized spot. If a lot of stuff is happening around it, I mean, you're gonna it's going to provide it, you know. So that's where it comes. Now, I'm sorry. Were you gonna say something, Kay? I didn't want to.
No.
Oh, okay. Sorry. All right, yeah. No, well, Donk was saying there was nothing to help to support creators. It was all filler and no meat. You know. Exactly. I don't think, like, once again, I don't think that this convention was meant specifically to be pushing like the creator. I mean, they did the small thing like that, but I think it's, like I said, I think it's your expectations of what you're trying to get from the event itself. You know what I mean? Like, I think that it wasn't that. I don't think that this was supposed to be like a build, like a support thing for the people in Twitch, but more like the people who is aware of what Twitch is like a window to kind of go and see what, like, you know, the people that make Twitch what it is, you know. It's kind of like a weird, I mean, that's the kind of mentality I had, because like what you're saying, Smitty, like, there was nothing that was interesting you on the floor. And then Katie's thing is like, she wants to meet the people in her community. So
I had a different, I mean, personally, me and I don't know if this is just my personality and like just me wanting to just like see everything and like try and like seek out every single opportunity, because that's just the kind of person that like I just want to be everywhere, you know. And so I looked for everything, but like, you know, I think it was 2019. Yeah, 2019. I think so. I don't know. One of the cons. But like, I ended up going into the charity alley and getting a bunch of information for charities and talking with Best Friends Animal Society, which is a charity out here, which I love. And I ended up doing like a full blown charity for them. But we connected there at TwitchCon. You know, I wouldn't have connected face to face with a member of, you know, their team and had such a great interaction. There's been other dev companies, Gawkbox, which is no longer, but Gawkbox was like a huge thing for my Twitch stream. And I met them and like, you know, we built relationships there with Gawkbox at TwitchCon. So like, it's interesting getting like other, like, you know, perspectives on it, and especially the perspectives in the chat, because like when I went, like, there was just, and I even like learned about Stream Raiders there at TwitchCon. I hadn't ever heard about Stream Raiders before, but I got all that information too. You know, like I don't know. Maybe it's just maybe my experience is not the typical one. I don't know.
I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, maybe, but then again, maybe you just made the con whatever make it work for you.
Yeah, and that goes for everybody. You just do and you make with it what you want out of it, I guess, right? I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's true. But I guess, and for me, I guess it's in comparison to I think of when I think of conventions and stuff like that, I always go to NAB. So, which is the National Association of Broadcasters. And that one's like, I mean, that thing has got, I mean, they filled that thing out in all, like, in this convention center is big out here as well. But they've got like, you know, they've got like classes that you can do. They've got things. I kind of would love to see more. Yeah, I would love to see more of that kind of stuff for the creators. Can I understand what you're saying, Davis, as far as, you know, it seems it's more geared for the social aspects of things. I would love to get a little more as a content creator. You know, if we're going to come together, you know, bring us some educational things, some sessions, some blah, blah, blah. So I know that they have their, they'll do panels and things like that, but like, I like to do hands-on things. I'm a hands-on learner, you know, set up some sort of, you know, whatever, a workshop or whatever. Like, it would be really cool to see. I feel like it would definitely increase its value, at least to creators having things of that nature to be able to get into.
Okay, it's unfortunate because they have things like that for partners, but they don't.
Oh, are you serious? Oh, there you go. Never mind.
No, but even to the extent of like the partners, like it could be more too, but it definitely should go on to affiliates because like, you know, Twitch isn't just made up of partners. You know, there's so many people streaming on Twitch who are affiliates, and they should open that up to have hands-on things for affiliates as well. I think that's great.
I think if they treat it like a GDC, then I can then that might get my interest a little bit back in on it more, because if GDC is the Gamers Developer Conference, that's every aspect in gaming. Like, it's like, besides post and the game itself, but they're talking about like the engine, sound design, graphic design, all these different kinds of things. Yeah, and it's a week long. It's an amazing. Yeah, it's an amazing
Where's that
thing.
one at?
It's in San Francisco. It's usually it's usually in March. Hopefully they're gonna have a physical one, because I do miss it. Like, you have no idea like how much I was networking in there. That like the level of networking in that place is amazing, and Donk agrees. GDC is fantastic. If TwitchCon did it to that kind of aspect, then I could easily understand it. But like, for the 3 days, it's just a celebration of Twitch, and then there's and to be honest with, and just to make sure, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying that like, overall, I think that the level of professionalism that they're wanting, like, you know, what your expectations were for that is exactly how you, Katy, like reached it. Like, you just made it work for you, you know, that kind of thing. So I mean, there you go. TwitchCon coming 2022. When is it coming in America, in the US?
October, right?
October, yeah. So
no, it's
July
October.
in Amsterdam, and then October.
So you're telling me, yo, come on, let's go. Yes, costumes are required.
Costumes. I already told you what you should dress up as. Unless you're not dressing up as what's his name from Living Color, then we're done. We're not talking anymore. You gotta do like be singing Cult of Personality all over the place. Yeah, we're gonna be doing that.
Oh man.
All right. Okay, let's move on. Let's go to my topic here. I'm going to be talking about on Thursday, Nintendo Direct happened. So there was a lot of stuff, cool stuff that was happening in the Nintendo Direct itself. So we had some announcements. They showed a little bit of the teaser of Metroid Dread, which is coming literally next week. Well, no, in 2 weeks. Comes out in 2 weeks. Comes out very soon. Splatoon 3, first video of that, which is really cool. And so many cool stuff coming. That's coming. But the big thing that I was actually surprised about was, so Shigeru Miyamoto himself, the creator of Mario, comes up and he's talking about that he was busy with the movie studios about the new Mario movie that's coming out. So they showed teasers of who was going to be in the movie. So there's a lot of big names like Jack Black, Keegan Michael Peele is in it. No, I don't know. Keegan Michael Key is in it, as well as the girl from Queen's Gambit is going to be Peach. So many different kinds of players.
Charlie Day, come on,
yeah, Charlie Day as Luigi. Was it Luigi?
Charlie. Yeah.
Charlie Day and Luigi? Yeah. Who was Toad, though? That was the crazy one. I was like, what? It's like, yeah. But anyways, the big thing was that that most people have been talking nonstop on social media is about Chris Pratt being Mario. And I was actually kind of wondering about that one itself personally. But then again, I give people benefits of the doubt, right? These people are actors and then leveling it up itself. So, I mean, I was never expect him to ever be Mario, but hey, I'm gonna give him the freaking chance. That's what I was going. Seth Rogen is Donkey Kong. I can't believe that. That's what I was. Yeah. So now the issue I have on this is this. So because that announcement happened, there was a ton of hate, it was a massive amount of different kinds of levels of hate raid of the announcement of Chris Pratt as being Mario. And then people are saying he was not the fact that his merits of actor of being Mario is it, but more he was people were mad because they're saying he's a bad person. So I myself was like, where is this coming from? I thought people liked Chris Pratt personally. Dang. So I will say this though. I am trying to look. I looked on social media to find out where is this hatred coming from, but it is literally non-existent to me. So I want to get either people's opinions on inside chat of it itself, but from what I gathered on it, I don't understand where what the hell's going on. I think it's kind of unfair on how people are just going to be ridiculing an individual like this because of claims, not even official official stuff that's happening. It sucks. Now people can say that they don't like the pick of Chris Pratt. That's their prerogative on it. That's fine. It's they want someone else. It's fine. Perfectly fine. But the biggest thing is I feel like this is they're trying to cancel him. And I don't know what makes it worse to me is that I don't know what he did to deserve that kind of level of that level of hate. So I don't know if I'm missing something. If I'm missing something or whatnot, but I would love for anyone to let me know to know, because from what I gathered, there was so many things about him saying he said he said a racial slur, but it never showed. There was nothing on his thing that showed that he did. There was something about him saying that he was like him as a character, him how he carries himself as an individual is a terrible person. But these are all hearsay. I don't understand it. So and it drives me insane towards this kind of towards these kind of situations. So if anyone can I just wanted to go around what y'all thought about this. How did y'all feel about how this where this social media escapade is going with him with choosing the cast that they chose for Mario? What do y'all think?
I just think it's a actor who earned a role in a project, and people are always going to drag somebody for some reason or another, there's always going to be something out there, and then once it catches fire, it just burns. It just continues to burn for whatever reason, whether it's starting from false claims or not. It just burns, and it's just I don't know, it sucks, I feel bad for any actor who is excited to announce that they're a part of something, and then social media just destroys them for being a part of it. Yeah. So
I mean, I just it just irritates. What irritates me is this: this is a world that I will never will ever be in, because I'm not an actor and whatnot, and I never really thought you have to be this careful on figuring out you're eggshell careful on what you do at all times. And I don't understand how just rumors. I mean, that's basically what it is. It's rumors. is trying to bring him, is going to bring a person down to be like, oh, this is what, like, I heard that this person like did all of this stuff, so you should never support this guy again. And or the one of the crazy ones was, oh, he was for Trump, so he's a bad person. And I'm like, dude, it's like, I understand you may not like Trump, but hey, there's people out there that may have a different opinion on what you think, but those people are not evil. You know, they have their prerogative on whatever it is. Then you should just respect them as the individual it is. What does it say? What do you think, Smitty?
Yeah. Well, let me start out with, I had no idea that there was even going to be an animated Mario movie, so I'm super geeked about that. Mm-hmm. I cannot wait. So for me, I don't care, man. Like, I don't care who's cast. If you can do the role and it's good, that's all I care about. And it's tough too, especially when animated films, you've attached bigger name, stars, and people instantly want to take that, and try to apply it to whatever the film is or whatever. And it's like, look, dude, like, let it be whatever it is. Like, these are all professionals. They're professional people that went through, I'm sure, tons and tons of just auditions and this and that to be able to get the people that they believe is going to put on the best product that they can. So I'm geeked about this. I think, as far as casting wise, like, a lot of fun people that I enjoy watching. So I'm going to support it regardless. Now, I don't think that, again, it's going to be something as the live action one, which was just a beautiful disaster.
You mean the Academy Award winning Mario Brothers movie with John Leguizamo and
he will always be Luigi. He will always be Luigi.
That's such a, like, you just unlocked something in my brain just now. That's such a good movie though. Like, can we be real? I want to watch that now. What?
Oh no.
I forgot that existed.
There's a reason. There's a reason.
Freaking, didn't they have Dennis Hopper in it too?
Dennis Hopper was Koopa.
Was it? Yeah, it was King Koopa, right? It wasn't Bowser. It was King Koopa.
It was King Koopa, Princess Toadstool at the time.
Yep.
Was 91. Yep. This is 91, man. This is the one that we had BK Knights, starter Fila jackets, big and stuff. So it's a different time, but it was awesome. Oh my God. But Zakar the Tall said something. He's like, I know some folks were mad about Chris Pratt being Christian and being in a church that wants super LGBTQ plus accepting and wanting to cancel Pratt for that might be that again. And it's funny because actually, Katie, you saw this before the stream. They said something about that, right? On the article, but there was nothing about it that was shown that showed him so are they saying that people are mad at his church that he's with, his congregation, and now since it's because of the congregation, since he's a part of that congregation, he's not for anything? Because that doesn't make sense at that point, in my opinion. It's like, we don't know, I don't know how that will go into it. And personally, this is what I've always kind of what I'm thinking of. I feel like this is The Dark Knight all over again. It reminds me of, remember when Heath Ledger was announced as the Joker? When he was initially announced as the Joker, people were saying Heath Ledger from A Knight's Tale. It's like, who the hell is this guy? this kind of thing. And then they were Brokeback Mountain and all this different kinds of stuff. It's like, I just think that maybe it's just people. I think it's a little bit of the role to the man, and I think that's where the problem. I think there's a little bit of that mixed in with trying to find a reason to hate Chris Pratt. So I don't know.
Who knows too, because of the divorce, he's not with his ex Anna Faris anymore, and there was a huge debacle with that too, within the last few years. So I don't know. There could be stuff with that too. I don't know.
It's weird. I don't like that. That's one thing I don't like about social media and all that stuff. People are so quick to jump on these hate trains and things like that, and it's like, whoa, man, like. I don't know. I don't know this person personally. How can I possibly judge this person that I don't know? And I mean, a lot of that stuff, again, we were talking about that before the show. It's like, I'm very much I just mind my own business. If you're not doing something that's overtly harming somebody or something of that nature, hey, may not be my thing, but more power to you. And I just kind of stick to that. But the thing that I feel like, especially in this, it's like these are all professionals, man. Like these people, this is what they do. You don't think themselves are gonna put on an amazing performance? They're working with other amazing actors, and you know what I mean. This is big people, like a big production. There's no way that these people, that this is not going to be amazing. I think there's no way that, and I feel like it's the same people those are the same people that will, a movie will come out and the critics will smash and like, oh, F that movie, I'm never going to see it. It's like, well, why? Like, go watch it for yourself and then make a judgment call how you feel. Just because it affected, Bob over there this way doesn't mean that it's going to affect Sally the same way over here. Right. You just gotta get in and yeah, it's weird. Social media is weird. Like it gave too many people a platform. It's like you need to shut the hell up and go back to not saying nothing.
Well, this is the level of it. Well, Dust is saying Mario Brothers live action movie was years ahead of its time. Showed us Mario Brothers meets Cyberpunk before we were ready. It is true. It really was. It was 91 Cyberpunk. You're totally right. But then Donk says it's new. Well, if you're vocal about your support, oops, this is scrolling up. If you're vocal about your support of a church and your church says dumb crap, I don't think it's a stretch. He didn't say anything. He hadn't said anything about his church. That's what I'm saying. I literally scrubbed the information, just so I make sure. So I don't know. I mean, because I'm like I said, I might be wrong. I don't know if I'm wrong or not. But from what I've gathered, I can't find a reason on why they're saying it. It doesn't show anything about his belief. Chris Pratt, it didn't show anything about Chris Pratt's beliefs or in general of nothing. It's just kind of going through. Now, if it was what was the name of the church that they go they go to?
Talking about.
You know what I'm talking about?
Kansas one, right?
Yeah, the military funerals.
Baptist.
Something
Baptist
church.
Yeah.
If you're one of those, if you're in that kind of congregation, then yes, judge away. That's what they're known for. But he hadn't said. But there's nothing on there saying that what his beliefs were about LGBTQ or anything like that, or anything towards this kind of deals to be like, wow, I thought I knew you, but I really don't. That kind of level. It's like you're literally throwing the freaking stones at your freaking head before you even open your mouth. That kind of level,
right?
Yeah. So let's see, and then let's see. You don't have the spoons to worry about what all these celebs do or don't do. Makes sense.
That's me. That's me. I'm just like,
that's very true.
It's what Smitty was saying earlier. It's like just focus on you and. Whatever. I don't know.
You do you, boo boo, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
But I just find it funny how people just go into alarm mode. DEFCON. This felt like it was DEFCON 5. And this is the reason why I don't have a personal Twitter account. It's like I really don't want to deal with any of this nonsense. It's like just if I want to point of view, then someone's going to say, "Oh, this person's that I'm wrong because I don't believe, I don't agree with what you said, and you're evil," essentially because of it. And then here's the reasons why. And here's my posse to tell you why you're bad. It's like
that's what I say, dude. People get aggressive, man. That's why I usually don't say anything, dude. I don't say anything about it because or much of anything personal wise. I mean, I guess there's some things I do, but it's like a lot of that, dude. It's like I don't want someone to either it be misconstrued or something, or some random asshole come up and just saying crazy shit to me. Because I don't play games like that, dude. It's like you want to say something, you better say it to my face. Well, I can tell you what's gonna happen. That's where I grew up. So what I mean.
I will say this: I am definitely going to be watching this movie when it comes out because dude, it's Mario. How do you say no to Mario, for crying out loud? Jesus Christ! It'd be funny though. This is what I really hope. They do a 1-to-1 remake of the original Mario Brothers movie in the CG form of Mario Brothers in this world.
Yes.
So that would be perfect. Then they're gonna win all the Academy Awards then. So there you go. Smitty.
Yeah.
Why don't you close us out today? What are you bringing to the table?
More somber news for Overwatch.
At first I thought you said sombra. It's like, there's sombra news? Really?
Somber news. I think there was like a new skin or something like that came out for, I'm not sure. But yeah, so this is just, and you know, we would be remiss not to say that this is not directly affected by the whole lawsuits and everything like that is happening on with Activision and Blizzard. But they just had their executive producer just left. Number one, let me just say this. I don't think Overwatch 2 is going to happen. I have a very strong feeling that is no longer going to happen, which sucks because I really wanted that and I wanted the story and the lore and all that good stuff. But let me just it's the executive producer, Chaco Sunny, who served as executive producer on the franchise, including a leadership role in Overwatch 2. The departure comes in the middle of a serious lawsuit against Activision Blizzard regarding civil rights, equal pay, all that stuff. And we know that it's only getting worse, I feel like, by the day. Bloomberg reported that Sunny informed the team of his departure last week, and his last day is Friday, which was this past Friday, yesterday. So this is not good. This is not surprising in the least. I think we're going to see more higher level people either having to step down. I mean, we were basically talking about this before the show and kind of like how Evo was riddled in the controversy, and they basically the CEO had to, you know, he was gone. I think Sony ended up picking up Evo and basically making it, you know, kind of giving a refresh. I think that's the only way that they can survive because this is just, I mean, it is getting worse and worse. And not only that, but we're not talking about just on the misconduct and things of that nature that were happening in the workplace. But I mean, it was just rampant. And it has been like this clearly for years. There are so many people's hands that are dirty in this. And that's what I was saying from the start of this. I was like, I'm so torn because I know there's a lot of good people that are working on these games and have put their hearts and blood and time into these games. But man, like to have these people, and there's still some of these people that enable this stuff that are still in leadership positions there. Well, mind-boggling. And I'm sure. Well, go ahead.
Well, I'm just saying this is like, this is what I was kind of coming across originally on this. Like, I don't see, like, the only way, like I was saying earlier, the only way I could see that this is going to be changed or this is going to go to a different direction is, there's two ways actually. One, they sell off Blizzard, sell their IPs, move it to a different group. I don't know, maybe now if it's like EA, we'll see. But like if it's like something like that, like something like that, possible. The bleeding will probably finally stop. Two, get rid of Bobby Kotick. I mean, there is absolutely no reason how this person can still have a job when you have a person that like when this stuff was happening for 15 years, for 15 years under your watch, mind you. And then say that you're going, and then trying to get rid of the bleeding by cutting the staff within Blizzard. This isn't Blizzard's problem. This is your problem. This is Activision's problem. And I think that the biggest issue is that, like, how are you going to trust a person that's that allowed that for that long, right, and then just say and just be up in your high seat and stuff? It's like, dude. No, man, I mean, I know you have a handful of bucks. You're a super powerful guy, but this is insane. To say that you're going to try to get the people's trust back into the company when you're still sitting on here and you're seeing the company literally imploding into nothing, to what's happening now, because you're just trying to say, okay, what if we get rid of this guy? What if we get rid of the CPO? Even the CEO, who was only there for 2 years, means jack. It wasn't like he was a part of all of this mostly initially.
Right.
So like, yeah, you need to lose your job, and I'm sorry that's where it comes down to. The only way Evo is Evo was because they got rid of the poison, but which was the main dude, and then they moved it to a company that was respected. Now you lost your respect through thousands of people. You're losing people in WoW. Your people in Overwatch has lost a lot of faith in you, especially how Overwatch 2's, even prior to all this, Overwatch 2 coverage on this has been terrible at best, from all of this. So like, I just don't understand. I don't understand how all this nonsense is going to come, like how this is going to go. And what's even worse, Activision Blizzard itself is it's getting booted upwards from state, because remember they're getting sued by the state of California. This talks about going federal. So like like after that, it's like, what the hell, dude? Like, how are you going to trust a person like that at that point? Like when things like that are in the wheelworks. This is getting crazy, and I am not condoning. I hate the fact that you're gonna like to be messing with people's money, but hey, dude, it's your fault. It's Bobby Kotick's fault, man. That's the way I look at it. What do y'all think?
Yeah, I mean, it's like if he was there for so long, he had to have seen, like, I mean, these people come out with these like harassment issues and things like throughout the last 15 years. Like, these were there. Like, he did not see that these were happening. Like, HR didn't go to him and say these things are like, they didn't just like, keep it on the back burner. No, they told him. Like, he had to have known.
Yeah.
So I mean, a lot of really bad shit happened at that company, and I think he's just trying to save his own ass, which is just really shitty. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not.
That's everything you need to know.
Yeah, I'm not even in the know of all of this, but I'm just saying, like, hey, if you're in a situation, if your job, if your business, even if you screw up to this level, there's no way in hell you're going to be coming back the next day. It's like, I don't understand, like how this is even being stretched as far. And what's even crazier,
money.
Yeah. Oh yeah, big time. Time money. Big time. Yes. But I just don't get it. I did like the that they announced, they released another what's it called, a statement, like again on behalf of all this, and I'm just like, I read it and I was like, this is just robotic. I mean, you're not even sorry of what's going, like, you're not even trying to improve on whatever.
What did it say? What did it say? What did the statement say?
I could try pulling it up again. Give me a minute.
Yeah, that'd be great. Because I mean, you're right. It's just getting worse. Well, and here's my thing, dude. This is where I feel like that there needs to be some serious consequences. This can't be a thing that just disappears, because this is going to set a precedent for other companies moving forward. Because you got Ubisoft that is running through the same similar issues. I believe it was Ubisoft, right?
Yeah, in the wintertime. Yeah.
That is going through stuff, and I can't imagine, that this isn't, and this kind of culture is happening at other companies. Can you imagine this happening at your job? Mind blown. I'm like, there's no way in hell, dude. All this crazy stuff that they're talking about, and like that stuff needs to get completely eradicated. There's no place and there shouldn't be in any kind of business. But who does stuff like that? And
right.
And the fact that it has gone on for 10, 15 years, that's insane. Yeah. There's no way he couldn't have known it. There's no way that he couldn't have known it or gotten wind of it. And that's a huge violation on his part, on the whole company's part. Like I was saying, there should be a ton of heads that are rolling from this. They need a complete wipeout, break it up, do what you got to do with it. But this is a tough one for them to even think about that they could recover from or anything like that, dude. I just don't know how.
Someone's going to say, like, I mean, I really don't care if I get any kind of blowback on what Activision tells me. It's like, hey, no, I'm just calling how it is. I mean, there's no way that you could that you'd expect to keep your job after something like this magnificent failure. It's terrible that he. Well, I'm glad whoever. What was the name of the guy that left? I mean, I know this is kind of a little bit higher than what you were talking about, but still, it's like the higher up guy, the producer, the executive producer, to leave. It's like it's fine. I mean, perfect. You're leaving a sinking ship. You're going to probably have a better opportunity somewhere else that's going to treat you better from how this stuff is going to be. But But like, I just think that like, man, it's all about the culture. It's where it's going to come, man. It's like, come on. It's like Danger's voice says if it goes to the feds, they're in for it. The feds only take airtight cases, so if it goes there, it's a wrap. You know, it might be. I don't know, but like, who knows, man? Like you said, it's powerful people, powerful money. Who knows? I won't say anything on that because we see a lot of stuff. Let's see. Dust says, I'm so ready to return to a gaming industry populated by smaller studios, staffed by people genuinely passionate and creating an entertaining and lasting product. And smaller studios is equals to easier internal policing and less possibility for corporate neglect when it comes to staff culture. That is true. I mean, it's true, but at the same time, I mean, dude, people are trying to get that money, and I am not. I'm for. I mean, I don't mind big studios. It's just like, hey, just don't do shady shit. I mean, simple as that. Right. I mean, EA is like probably one of the most notorious on this kind of stuff with the microtransactions, as well as, you know, the crunch time mentalities. But hey, here's a good one is, I mean, even with all the slack that they've gotten, CD Projekt Red is a big AAA company, but they treat their people really well. WB Games is another one that does the same kind of thing. So like, and given the hit and misses, Squaresoft overall knows how to treat their people, because I know people within Squaresoft that loves that company towards that. So I mean, it's not. I don't think it's a matter of like. I mean, yeah, the feel of the reach out on people not caring may be there, but it's just be genuine about what you do, you know? I mean, dude, these people were basically borderline molesters. I mean, like molesters. They had their freaking mentality to women was egregious at best. To say to say they were passing up because of your sex. And then they were talking, and then the race. One person killed themselves because of your of your deal. Like what does that tell you right there? I mean, that just tells you, it's like, come on, shit needs to change. Simple as that. Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, like that clearly needs to change. When you're letting your AAA have that kind of freedom, then there's a problem, and you need to get. And then once that kind of crap happens, there should be no talking point from the higher up, because the higher up was the one that allowed it. So that's what I said. So screw off is what I'm saying.
Yeah, and it's not just. I mean, you know, it's not just studios too. I know I've been in some places that end up like completely, you know, management completely getting wiped out, or, you know, somebody else taking over, or HR that super like comes in and sees all the stuff, like what is going on, and like all the little trainings you have to do, all the things and whatnot. It's like, I feel like this is almost just like this kind of older school mentality when it comes to working, and it's shifting. The workforce is getting younger and younger. You know, the older people are either retiring out or whatever, and you're starting to see this cultural shift. And this is where now all this stuff is starting to bring out or starting to come out. It's like, this shit's been going on for years in so many different places and different industries and stuff like that. This isn't the first time that we've heard, you know, a major company having issues like this. It won't be the last time that we hear it either. We're going to hear more and more of it because that culture shift. And because of that change, and then we're going to be able to see, like, holy crap, man, like, you know. But what breaks my heart is that there's got to be people that have been trying to voice this, that have been trying to stand up to these things, and they just get gobbled up by the corporations. You know what I mean? Like, you don't even hear, it never makes the light of day. So, you know, I hope they are that they need to, this needs to be like, I hope it does go federal. And I hope that, you know, they're straight up, dude. And I hope that they're able to be like, all right, you know, we're getting serious about this stuff. And there's changes that need to happen that should have happened years ago. But you better get your ish together, because we're coming.
Yeah. I mean, enough said. I mean, I hate kicking a dead horse at this point with this. I mean, it's been 2 months in on this story, but like, that's just the real deal, bro. Like that. There's
Wait,
no
is federal already?
No, it changed to federal this, like the SEC is looking into it, so it changed to federal this week.
Oh,
so yeah, that's what
I missed that.
Yeah,
I missed that. Oh.
Yeah, so they're gonna have some problems, man. Like I'm telling you, dude. Like it's just like it's not a secret to the trade. You need to wipe your like. Everyone needs to leave. Everyone needs to go. Higher ups gone at that point. So, yep. So we'll see.
A wrap. You're right.
We'll see. We'll see where this is going to go. But man, like wow. I don't know. But as for what you were saying with like Overwatch 2, Overwatch 2 is going to come out. I just don't know if it's going to come out at the time that they're going to say it's going to come out. There's not going to be a.
What's the point at this point? That's
there's not going to be a time. There's not going to be a perfect time. There's not going to be a perfect time when that game ever will come out. But it's been made. I mean, it's being made. I mean, I just think that we have a little bit higher
summer.
issues.
I think it's supposed to be out next summer.
It's not going to come out next summer. It's not going to come out next summer. We all know that. No freaking way. There's too much stuff that they have to deal with. No. So we'll see with that.
We'll see.
All
right.
Man.
It is a shadow of what it was. I loved Overwatch so much. You guys have no idea. Like I love that game. That was another one of those games that I really like hung out with people, meet people IRL from playing and grouping up and stuff like that. Like this game was, I used to play with my brother. Like, this game means a lot to me, even though Donk hates it. I don't care.
Donk hates.
I don't know. I've tried Paladins and Paladins like.
Well, Donk is.
You latch onto a game that you like and it means something to you and it sticks with you. I mean that's fair.
Very much so. Yeah. That's how I met with Smitty. Like I hate Overwatch 2 with a passion, but like I don't mind watching it. But it's all good. All right, guys. Katie, thank you for coming by. I really appreciate you coming. It was really awesome. Nice,
good conversations.
Yes. Would you like to plug? Yeah. Would you like to plug anything? I mean, like.
Yeah. If anybody wants to come check me out, you can come over to my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Katy Bentz. I'm Katy Bentz everywhere. And yeah, you can come hang out with me there. Wavelengths, which is the DLC for Life is Strange True Colors, does come out on September 30th, which is this coming Thursday. And if you haven't played Life is Strange True Colors in the Life is Strange video game series, you definitely should. It's very good. And I'm not biased. I promise. It's very good.
Even though she's in it, she is not biased. Definitely
I'm not biased.
It is a good.
I can't. It's it is. Like it truthfully is.
If for real, guys, if you definitely should check her Twitch out when she plays it. It's really fun. So definitely go check it out. It's really cool. Smitty, what do you have planned for the week?
Yeah, you know what it is. Hopefully finishing Deathloop. Trying to shift my mind into finishing those last 4 missions for Metal Gear Solid 5. And then we're getting into the spooky season. So I got some games that I'm excited to play. I hate horror games, but I suck it up and I try my best. So what about you, man? What do you got going on, brother?
Man, I'm going to try my best to be on track with more Tales of Azure. No, Arise. I can't remember the name of the game. Tales of Arise. So we're gonna be back on track on the next like Monday through Wednesday, and then on Friday we're going to be doing some Final Fantasy. So definitely check us out there. It'll be awesome. So guys, thank you for listening to episode number 108, the CFG GameCast. Thank you for being a part of the conversation. It was always fun as always. We will be back next weekend as always. But if you did miss this episode, that's okay. You can go check it out on any podcast services like Apple, Google Podcasts, Spotify on Monday mornings where we always release it. So there is no reason to not miss or listen to our sexy voices. Ooh. So we'll be back again next week. But definitely, if you still can't wait, check our main website, confreaksandgeeks.com. Check out all the reviews and interviews that we like to do throughout pop geeky culture. So this is Davis, Katie, and Smitty signing off. Y'all, take it easy.